Foster's Games Reviews. This video, it's a little bit of a pickup video, and it's a bit of a talk about the Switch. So firstly and foremost, my pickups. We went to Meadowhall last week, and they were having I won't say much of a sale, but they were clearing out some games, should I say. Being Wii U, obviously it's going to have a big knock-on effect now, a massive price slump on the games. It's Guitar Hero Live. Now, when it first came out, I think it was priced at something along the lines of £69.99 UK pounds. That's about $75 for you US viewers, should you be watching, anybody out there. Now, it's the full setup with the guitar, the game, and batteries, so it says. You get one video game, one guitar controller, and controller batteries. I haven't played this yet. Now, I'm intrigued because the franchise kind of died a death. It got oversaturated with these type of games. Hello, Taco. You can say hello. Hello, Taco. I got oversaturated with these type of games. Now, in my opinion, they should have left it where it was. But it's had a bit of a rebirth. Now, I haven't played this yet. As you can see, it's still sealed. My bad habit. But if it's anything to go by, on the roster of songs that I've looked at online, it doesn't seem too bad. If the lastability of the game is quite short, in my opinion. It's one of those games that's a bit of a party game, but it's fun to just pick up and have a quick play. But for £23, I don't think it was that bad. So I picked that one up. Your views and opinions on that, quite welcome. Comment below. My second one, which is paid £11.50 for this, free postage from eBay. Again, it's out there, but it's not really, it's not being publicised, it's not being talked about, nothing much said. It's out on the Xbox One, it's out on PS4. It's the Book of Unwritten Tales 2. There you go. It's complete. The disc on this is probably unplayed, as you can see. It's a bit like A Broken Sword. I've heard it's quite short. I'm not too sure of the story. Legend foretold it. Prophecies predicted. Choose one, choose to believe in it. It doesn't really say much about it. But no, I've watched videos on YouTube. It seems a bit like a point and click. I love these type of games. Broken Sword, Day of the Tentacle, Discworld, is it Julian Dragon? No, Blazing Dragons. Blazing Dragons, cult classics. It's got a lot to live up to. So if it's anything like those, I'm sure I'll enjoy it. Because Broken Sword came out on the Wii, I think it was Director's Cut. Very good, but when they say Director's Cut, I think it was quite minimal on what they put in there on extra. But yes, £11.50. It's a hidden gem, a bit like Teslagrad. I'm sure I did a video about this. The Martin XP on Instagram, I did suggest it to him. Very good. Teslagrad, you need to pick it up. It's another one that you don't find in the shops anymore. In fact, it's just your common games that you find in the shop. The only way you can get these type of games is off eBay. There is one I'm after. It's the Giana Sisters, I believe. Is it Giana Sisters? No. Anyhow, it's no, Shantae. Sorry, it's Shantae, not Giana Sisters. It's Shantae. Excuse me, I got that wrong. Shantae got a eShop release in the UK, but didn't get a physical copy in the UK. I would highly recommend getting that game. It's really good. That's all I've got to say about that. My next one, which I had to get all the way from Germany, is Fast Racing Neo, brand new copy, and I paid, because it was in euros, I paid just over £17. I don't know how it worked out exactly. A bit like F-Zero, because everybody thought that this, when they saw the footage for the Switch release, was F-Zero. No, it was Fast Racing Neo X, I believe. But nevertheless, it's a bloody good game, and it's a bloody good clone of F-Zero. Excuse my language. It is family friendly. It's another one. It's the eShop Classics, the Classic Selection, which they should be in stores in the UK, but for some reason they don't want to stock it. I went into the local game store in the UK called Game. They'd not heard of it so much. It's a bit like GameStop, I suppose. Absolute garbage. The staff in there are rubbish. I have got a story to tell you, but I'll save that story for just in a second. The eShop collection, there is only 2 titles. There's Fast Racing Neo, and there's SteamWorld Dig and SteamWorld Heist. Again, the thing about these game stores, they tend to neglect the Wii U over the Xbox One or the PS4 due to its catalogue. Now, if the game stores within the UK, the US, Japan supported it, it may have had a chance. The Wii U may have had a chance. The Switch may have come out later with a bit more tech involved. But going back to this story I was telling you about, I went to the game store in Meadowhall yet again, and the manager was talking to a husband and wife. They wanted to buy a 3DS XL for their son. I overheard this conversation, and the manager, he pulled out a standard 3DS. Yes, a standard 3DS. He opened it up, and I overheard him say, as you can see, the screen is a lot bigger than the standard 3DS. So I intervened and I said, excuse me, that's a standard 3DS, not a 3DXL. The look on their faces were priceless. This was a manager. This was a manager selling a product to a customer, a consumer. The manager knew nothing. Now the story about this is, I've worded that wrong, but the moral of the story is, do your research first. Don't go in feet first. If you're unknown to the gaming community, ask someone in store, whether it's be just a general shopper. Don't ask the staff. Ask someone that looks like they know. Someone of the younger generation. I'm not saying too young, 20s, 30s. They tend to know more than what the management know. The managers are in there just for the pay packet. Right, so that's my pickups. Enough of the little rant there. Yeah, I mean, all in all, probably not 33, probably. Just a little over £50, 3 games, and truth be told, 2 out of the 3 probably absolute gems. Guitar Hero Live, well, it's neither here nor there really. It's just a pick up and play with fast racing there. It's a fast paced, adrenaline fueled, well, driving game, so to speak. And Unwritten Tales 2, nice point and click it. I mean, it's a genre that needs a bit more love. Talking to a friend on Instagram about it, that it does need, the point and click genre needs to come back. But enough said. My next topic, the Switch. What's your views on this? Because I think it's going to end up down the same route as the Wii U if they don't be careful. They've took on board the opinions about taking about the region lock. Gone. Great, that's brilliant. It's one of the best decisions they've ever made. The software lineup, the developers, I mean, there's masses and masses of developers on board. There's some great titles, but I have to say, the lineup for the launch doesn't look great. The Switch 1, Switch 2, I don't believe it's called, or something along the lines. I haven't watched any promotional videos, I haven't watched any Treehouse events, I've watched nothing. This is what I've purely read, what I've seen, what I've learnt over the last few months. It is possibly slightly underpowered, but that isn't a problem because, I mean, Bethesda, the chief, I think it's the chief executive or someone in the marketing side of things, has said it's amazing. It's easy to work with, it's fantastic. It's one of the best things since sliced bread. Okay, maybe so, but you need some third-party support. Yeah, they've got loads, but look at the Wii U, they all dropped out. All but a few. I mean, there were a couple of exclusives right at the back end. Devil's Third. But, no, I'm giving it a lot of love, a lot of support. I really do hope that it does well. But I do think some of the titles out there aren't going to be up to much. The Tetris Puyo Puyo crossover thing, the two-player puzzler, I can't remember the name of it. There's also what's for the launch? I mean, Bomberman. It's great to see Bomberman back, you know, back on a screen, so to speak. Because the Xbox 360 version, what the hell were they thinking? Really? Giant mechanoid robot things? No, come on. They're fat and round, they've got a bobble hat. Anyway, I just think, I really do think that they've brought the Switch out at the wrong time. The PS4, they've now got the Pro. Xbox One, they've now got the Xbox One S. They're supposedly of higher quality. Ben Heck did a strip down on the PS4 Pro and the PS4. There's very little difference. Very little. I will tag Ben Heck. They've brought the Switch out at the wrong time. That's all I'm saying, because they've had, what, 2 years now? Another 2-3 years, they're going to be bringing another console out. Should they stay in the market? PS5, Xbox, I don't know. But should they stay in the market, they're going to bring a console out pretty soon. The Switch is going to be underpowered and nobody's going to want it. Because they're thinking, hey, there's a system out there that's better than the Switch. I don't want the Switch. I want something better. I want something with more graphical capabilities. It's not about graphics, it's about gameplay. And Nintendo Nail it every time. So does Sega, Mr. Coconut. So does Sega. I'm not saying they don't. They have made some bad Sonic games. Come on, Sonic Boom's absolute garbage. Neil? You know I'm talking about you, don't you? No, I just think they've brought it out at the wrong time. They should have, in my opinion, waited another year. You know, I know there was no support and no life left in the Wii U, but they were literally grasping at straws. There's nothing. There's been nothing for months apart from the Paper Mario. That was it. Star Fox. Slightly, it was good. It's lackluster in controls. I do really hope it does well, but I honestly think they've brought it out at the wrong time. And it is possibly slightly underpowered, but what it is and what it does, it serves its purpose. It's a hybrid console. Nobody's ever done it. I think it's a fantastic idea. The price point, in my opinion, is right. $299 is a good price. I mean, all these YouTubers have been raving about it. The No, they were saying before it got announced, and the lead up, saying all great things about it, and now they're kind of dumbing it down a bit. I think myself, I really think they should have held off. It's a hybrid console, and personally I think it's a good idea, because you pay £149, probably what, $179 for a 3DS. £279, I think it's £279 in the UK and $299 US. But I think it's a good price point, I really do, because it's a good piece of kit. I mean, the developers have spent a lot of research and they've put a lot of time and effort into this. But primarily it's a home console with a functionality that it can be taken on the go. Nobody's ever done it. And I think people are scared. I think that's what's happening now. I think people are really scared on the prospects on where it's going to go. I don't think Nintendo's really thought about this aspect. I mean, motion controls, I read an article somewhere that motion controls are dead, but yet the Xbox One and the PS4 are still using motion controls, and that's current gen. The Switch will be current gen, even though it'll have a 2-year slide. And they're saying motion controls are dead. Well, you need it for VR. Obviously, the motion controls, you know, you've got gyroscopic sensors in the headset. You've got the controllers, the Move for the PS4. You need all that. So I don't know where they're getting their information from, and I think it's just slanderous against Nintendo. I'm biased. I mean, I've got Microsoft. I do own a Xbox One. I own an Xbox 360. I do have a Sony PS1. So I'm not completely against all the other consoles. I just think the giants out there are going to crush Nintendo again, because they're going to bring something else out. And I think that's why they brought out the PS4 Pro and they brought out the Xbox One S to compete. They're of higher spec, slightly, not much. The processing power of the Switch hasn't been revealed, and that's the thing about Nintendo. They keep tight-lipped about anything like this, which is their downfall. I know It runs on a Tegra chip. I'm not too sure, and no one knows what kind of chip it's running on. It's an exclusive chip made by them. So I just hope, I really do hope, that this is their moment. They had the moment with the SNES, they had the moment with the NES and the Wii. They had a lull for 2 generations, 3 and 4. The GameCube and the N64. But yeah, there's a massive following now for the N64. It's a console that so many people love now. But back in the day, I think it sold in the region of 30-40 million units worldwide. I could be wrong on that figure. But I do know that Nintendo has got the know. They have got the people. That they can get some amazing people on board. So for them to not know what they're doing, since they've been in the business for a very long time, longer than the other two, longer than Sony, longer than Microsoft, in the console side of things. They've been doing it for years. They should know what works and they should know what doesn't work. The Wii was different. That's what made it tick. I mean, from the age of 3 up to 90, 99, 100, anyone could play the Wii. The Wii U, on the other hand, it all got advertised wrong. It got promoted wrong. And again, I think it came out at the wrong time. Because rumour mill was at the time Xbox One and the PS4 were being announced. So I'm hoping that the Switch does well, not just for Nintendo, but for the millions and millions of fans out there of Nintendo, along with myself. I hope it does well, and I hope that the people out there, the narrow-minded people, see through well, not see through it, but see its potential, see what it is capable of, and what not so much what its power is. It's nothing to do, can't stress this enough, consoles, it doesn't need power, it needs games. It's nothing to do with the system. How many of you guys out there who's watching, all 48 subscribers of you, are watching this and thinking, oh, he's rambling on, he's repeating himself and he's saying the same things? He doesn't know what he's talking about because it's making no sense. How many of you out there bought a NES Mini? Right? You didn't buy it because of the capabilities. You didn't buy it because of its graphics. You bought it because of the nostalgia, and you bought it because of the games. Yeah, there were some crap games on it. So, I mean, there's modders out there that's now, I mean, you can get 60 games on it. Some really good ones. But with the 30 games that came on it, we were all happy. We were all fine with that. And that's a 30-year-old console. So, it's not all down to how it looks. It's down to how it plays. So remember that, people. It's nothing to do with the graphics. Yes, it helps. In this day and age, we all expect, you know, realistic looking graphics. I mean, come on. They haven't quite perfected it over there, you know. On that note, seeing as I've made no sense and I've just repeated myself over and over again and, you know, jump cuts because my I couldn't think what to say. Just views and opinions, you know. Any suggestions? I mean, I'm all up for doing. If I've got the game, I'll do a video. If I've got the know-how, I'll talk about it. But please feel free to like and subscribe and comment below. And we'll meet again. Also, keep an eye out for our next video. It's a collaboration between myself and Mr. Coconut. So feel free to like my channel and Mr. Coconut's channel. He's got some good content on there. He's got adverts. He's at the moment he's doing some arcade videos. They're very arcades in the UK. It's a dying breed again. Some classics like Virtual Cop 2. And I keep telling him he needs to find Jurassic Park, the one in the cabinet where you're shooting. But yeah, check him out. He's a good guy. So until next time, and our mashup video, which I have posted a video the other day on the it's a preview. Check that out, and like I say, drop us a line, drop us a comment, and I'm more than happy to reply. See you next time. Also, feel free to follow us on Instagram. Lou Mark Fosters 07. Check it out.